Rob, were you disappointed that you had to leave quarantine? I know that that's kind of your thing. Have you been enjoying it?
Yeah, it's I hate leaving the room. It's one of those things where I come here to work, so I just put my head down and get it done. But here I am.
Nice. We appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Talk about the change in opponent. Like obviously you were already getting ready for a big fight against a top contender. How much adjustment is made with this change in style, change in opponent?
As much as you can, right? So, fortunately, I was given a month to still do that, and I had previously camped for Gastelum as well. So, both things just lead up into my favour with actually accepting the change. But also, I've had fights recently with southpaws, so it's not too much of a stretch. It's not too different. Obviously, stylistically, Gastelum and Costa are two very different fighters, but it is what it is.
Nice. As far as this fight itself, obviously we know the history. Is it a fight that you felt like needed to happen? Like after everything that went down, did you feel like, I don't know, that you owe him a fight or something like that?
Nah, it's just like just made it special, if you would. It's not something like I was always thinking about. I got to fight him one day. I can't believe that fell through. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, we were supposed to fight at one point, and here we are. Our paths cross again.
Nice. I hate to say, was it a blessing, like what happened to you? I mean, I just wonder how that first fight would have gone. You know what I mean? Like we now knowing where you are mentally, physically, all those things. Like, is it almost better you didn't fight that day? You think?
Maybe. Who knows? I guess the real thing is though, I'm a very different beast than I was back then. I feel like from a technical point of view, I'm a much more complete athlete, but as well as the mental game, which only reinforces all of that, is just never been better.
Nice. We haven't seen you fight here in the States in a while. Is it any different, challenging, as far as travel and timing and all that stuff? Is it challenging for you at all, or is it something that you have down at this point?
I've done it enough times to know what to do. It's more of a stretch, so a little bit further, and the quarantine regulations and everything over here is a little different than Abu Dhabi, say, but it's just part of the business, part of the work.
We know it's a big fight, and we kind of know your attitude on it, but with a win here, would you campaign for a title shot at all? Like, would you even mention it? I know you'd certainly take it if they give it to you, but I know that's not, you're chasing after it. So do you even bring it up?
Who knows? Maybe I'll surprise everybody. We'll wait and see. My calendar and scheduling only goes up until Saturday, because it's going to be a hard fight. I can't look past him.
Or maybe you just grab the mic and just start talking mad shit and calling people out.
Maybe. Who knows?
The last thing for me, what type of fight are you expecting? I mean, I think we're all pretty excited about this. You two guys are two very high-level athletes and have both been in some battles. I mean, are you expecting this to be kind of one of those epic kind of clashes, or are you hoping you can go out and dominate them?
I'm hoping I can go out and dominate, right? But I'm expecting an absolute war. Like you said, we're both very well-rounded. He's got dangerous power. He can wrestle, grapple. He's tough as nails. I can do the same. It's I expect the worst, hope for the best.
Rob, I feel throughout your career there'll be something like you'll do an interview, a quote will get taken, and then a narrative will just get formed about it forever. Is the narrative that you're not really interested in a rematch with Israel the weirdest one you've had to hear?
I don't know. I don't know who does this stuff. If I ever find out, I don't know, I'll give him a stern talking to or something. Yeah, I guess things just... That's the problem with how I get. One of the drawbacks with how I choose to operate is just that sometimes people can do that, But I'm just doing my thing. This is my path, this is my journey, and I'm pretty comfortable just being me.
Do you think there's just something that maybe it's even like an Aussie thing and a cultural thing where people sort of expect in the fight game you to be braggadocious and you to outwardly campaign for stuff, and it's just not really your nature? So do you think it is always going to happen that you're going to have these mistranslations of what you feel?
Yeah, there's pros and cons to how I do things. I'm very real to myself and my fans, and everybody knows that, and they like me for it. But I'm not. I don't brag. I don't hype myself up. I don't get trash talk. I don't get into any of that side of things. And I'll lose out on some of the benefits for that. But I'll also, I'm just being me. I don't think I should do anything else other than be myself.
When he was here earlier, Kelvin said that he always wanted to fight you, and not just because you were the champion, but because stylistically he thinks you two blend very well and can only really put on an exciting fight. Do you feel the same?
Certainly. I think it's going to be a cracker of a fight. Yeah, it's gonna be fireworks.
Is that because you're kind of similar, or do you just think where you maybe have holes, he has strengths, and vice versa, or how do you feel? Why do you feel it meant?
I think we're both, like, skill set wise, we both are quite well rounded. So, and I think I think we both lean heavily into the striking side of things. So I think just the formula works.
Is it still a fight that excites you? I know that you said before about how Darren Till, you're like stressed. I know, man. It's actually on silent, but it still fucking rings. Sorry, yeah. I know with Darren Till, you said that it was like a tense fight. Do you think for this one, do you feel that tension ahead of time, or are you just excited for this one?
I don't get excited for fights like this. You do understand I'm fighting someone.
Yes, correct. So I hear.
Like, I don't know how someone would be like, wake up in the morning like, you can't wait to get this one. No, it's.
I was like, Jeremy Stevens was here earlier, and he seemed real excited to get him.
He's a psycho. I saw him when he was getting dressed, and it looked aggressive. He scares me, man. He's a good guy, but the thing is, it's just a fight. You know, and it's just a fight. It's not a fight I don't like. It's just a fight. I'm in this industry to fight. This is how I provide for my family. This is what I do. This is my job. And the fact that I don't hate it, is a benefit.
You might have an extra fan in attendance at Marvin Vittori. He said last week he wants to be there to watch you guys ringside. Did you manage to catch his fight? And what did you think?
I did watch it.
What did you
I
think?
thought it was a smart fight. I thought he did what he had to do to get across the line. You know, especially considering it was a late replacement and whatnot. I think he saw. I don't know if that was his game plan the whole time, like to wrestle his previous opponent, but he had a lot of success there and just went with it. I thought it was a smart fight. I thought he was disciplined to go through with that.
In terms of missing out on Costa, do you think stylistically this one's a harder fight, or is Costa the harder fight?
Everyone in this top 10 is a killer. You sleep on anyone, they'll do you. It's too dangerous. Everyone can beat anyone, I believe, in this upper echelon of the division. And I just got to go out there and I got to be ready for the absolute best Kelvin. And when Kelvin's on, he's dangerous, very dangerous.
Do you think he's actually underrated almost?
No. It's that whole you're only as good as your last fights. Like, good fighters start having like a couple bad patches because they lose to the best in the world, right? And everyone writes them off, you know. But I guess that's just the culture and nature of the beast. And when what you do is combat and fighting.
Thanks, Rob.
Cool.